Welcome back to the channel. My name's Finn, and we're going to talk about James Gunn's Superman. Hi, all the people that live in my computer. Probably should have started with that. How are you guys? I'm sorry to hear that, or good for you. I don't know yet. So, let's get into this, shall we? For those who are not aware, James Gunn has taken over as head of production, head of creative. He is the head of the new DC universe, which will be some cinematic stuff, some animated stuff. Apparently there's a couple shows being added. Neat. I'm excited. I like James Gunn's work, especially his superhero work with the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. I think Guardians 3 is one of the most beautiful pieces of cinema ever created. I like him. And also, his list of, the best superhero movies have a couple that are just, out of left field, indie things, and I think that's awesome. I like him. Let's get into his Superman. Why I'm excited for it. What about it worries me. What excites me. We can talk a little bit about the controversies surrounding it, and the insane debate between Snyder fans and Gunn fans. But we'll get into that later, because fucking God. Okay, so, one moment. To begin, it has been a decade since the last Superman movie. We've gotten 2 movies, 3 if you count the Snyder Cut, with Superman in them. You could argue 4, but him showing up for 3 seconds as a post-credit scene doesn't count. But it's been a minute since the last standalone Superman movie, and then it had been, 8 years since the one before that, and then there was a bit of a break before that one. And Superman is a very big comic book character. Not only is he one of, if not the most popular superheroes, period, he's also the one who's had the most movies for an individual. The X-Men have had a lot, but, there's 2 Wolverine movies, whereas there's, 9 X-Men movies. That sort of thing. Superman has a lot of fucking movies. He's got, 8? Let me check that number real quick, actually. Okay, this James Gunn film will be the 8th Superman movie. Superman 1 from 78, Superman 2, 3, The Quest for Peace, Superman Returns, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and then the current Superman that's on its way. So that's an array. I feel like Spider-Man has more, but I think that's Batman probably. Those are the only 2 I can think of. But Superman's been around for a minute. And even in the first decade of him existing, the mid-40s, I believe, there was a radio show about him. There was a couple not quite theatrical things about him. He's been in the fucking cultural zeitgeist for a while. And it feels like nothing's ever really gotten Superman right. The Reeves movies are really good. I think they're perfect, campy comic book movies. I think Reeves being a fucking unit is really, interesting, and also, the fact that he didn't let them put, padded stuff in a suit or whatever, very nice. And, I remember using the DVD for Superman Returns a bunch, and whatnot. I've watched his character, but he's never been done correctly. The Donner films, they're good. They're good movies. I advise you, if you like comic book stuff, to watch them, but they don't really. There's not a lot going on. They're really bare bones when it comes to creativity. They're fairly bare bones when it comes to Clark. He doesn't do shit. There's a lot of nothingness. And then Superman Returns is not a good movie. At all. Man of Steel is fine. I don't hate Zack Snyder's movies at all. I think I hate his Batman. I think I don't like his Superman. I like Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's great, and I think Henry Cavill with a good script could have been like a perfect Superman. However, he didn't get a good script. He got dog shit. Man of Steel's not good. There's not a lot going on in that movie. His relationship with Pa Kent is kind of like meh when it should be like a humongous point of his character. And in that movie, they try to make it that way, and it doesn't work. His relationship with Ma Kent should also be super big and impactful, and it seems like there's nothing going on there as a relationship. I forgot that Lois was in that movie. I rewatched it like 2 weeks ago. I forgot that Lois Lane's in that movie because she doesn't fucking matter. I like Zod. I can't remember the guy who played Zod in that movie, but I like him. He's not great, but there's some fun stuff there. Also, there's so much just like shit that doesn't make any sense, and like I get it. Comic books are confusing and they're stupid, and a million things are dumb, and none of it has to make sense. But laser is coming towards people. They can just go that way. Fuck. Like, the scene with him, like, killing Zod is so fucking stupid. And, like, at that point, there had already been a million superhero movies that, like, did that shit correctly. It's like, DC put out an animated film that did that sort of thing perfectly, like, a year before that or some shit. It's like, it's not that hard. It's just dog shit. And then Batman v Superman is almost the worst superhero media ever. It's so fucking bad. It's not as bad as some of the stuff of Hank Pym being a pedophile, or Magneto being like also a pedophile, or Spider-Man being a pervert, or Deadpool being, let's not get into it. Deathstroke being a pedophile. You get my point. Like, there's some other fucked shit that's worse, but it's close, and it doesn't have any, like, issues like that. Just writing, it's so fucking bad. Justice League is Justice League is bad. Snyder Cut is cool, not great, but good. I don't hate Snyder. I don't hate his films. I really like Henry Cavill as Superman. I thought Cyborg in the movies was good. I didn't like Jared Leto at all, just even a little. However, his look in the Snyder Cut, in like the post-apocalyptic world with the long hair and stuff, I like that look, and I like the truth thing. That's cool. I think Snyder can do good. I think he can write stuff fine. I don't know if a big cinematic universe was something to hand him, but whatever. Moving forward, let's talk about some of the stuff that like matters for Superman. His relationship with his adoptive parents, Mom, Pa Kent. That is one of, if not the most important parts of Clark's character, is the infamous like death of his father that he can't fix. I think it being like a heart attack and stuff like that is like perfect, because it's something that he can't do anything about. And Clark has this godly being having to learn that there are things he can't control. There are things that he can't fix. There are things that there's people he can't save. And no matter what he does, no matter how hard he works, how strong he is, how resilient he is, none of that can ever fix stuff that's out of his hand. I think his relationship with Ma Kent after Pa's death is almost more important than either of the relationships before, because not only is he a grieving son, but now he has to deal with his grieving mother, who typically, and I like this about her, she typically tries to be more supportive of Clark without revealing how hurt she is. And I think that's very telling of the type of parent she is. It's very telling of how much Clark means to her and how much she understands. Because, like, nobody in the world understands what Clark thinks, what Clark feels, because he's not the same. And, like, his guilt level for that sort of thing is way higher due to how much he can do to fix it. Martha understands that because she's been dealing with his powers with him forever. I feel like sometimes that's not her name. One moment. I'm not even going to pause. I feel like that's her name sometimes, but not always. Is that just always her name? I feel like I've heard her called something else. Maybe I'm just thinking Ma. I guess I'm just thinking Ma. Okay. But I love that Martha is supportive. I love that she is loving. I love part of the James Gunn trailer that I really like is her just going to get Clark's boots. I think that's awesome and very in character. And like that relationship with the parents is super important to Superman. It's also part of the reason why Superman. Sorry, one moment. I'm tweaking. I think that the importance of parentals in Clark's life is a big part of the character, and that especially is shown in All-Star Superman, which, if you haven't heard somebody rant about All-Star Superman, go watch somebody rant about that. I love Superman. He is not my favorite character, and I have been fairly vocal about that. I love him. He's definitely up there for me, but due to the dumbed down version of the character that we have typically in modern media, and because of so many evil Supermans, god damn it, I don't love the character as much as some people do. So go watch somebody rant about All-Star Superman. Or somebody read it, or go read it. Fuck it, it's a really good book. But All-Star Superman is so good because it is about a guy who gives a fuck about his parents and the passing of his father, being written by a person who recently had lost their father, and used that pain and that passion to make the character better. And for those who don't know, Grant Morrison is the best. Shout out to Grant Morrison for being in the queer umbrella and also being super important to comic books. We love you. If you don't know the Grant Morrison lore, go look that shit up, read about it. I might make a whole video about them. They're so cool. But there's that. Shout out to Grant Morrison. And one of the things that was super... I use the word intriguing, but it is like a sad situation, is that James Gunn on the build-up to this movie lost his father. And that has been a big point, like, passion point of all of it. And my heart goes out to Grant. My heart goes out to James, both of them, for dealing with that. I cannot begin to imagine how impactful that can be personally and creatively, especially whenever, like, you have such a close, tight-knit, loving relationship with your father. I cannot imagine how much that impacts you, and for that you have my respect and my love. But one of, if not the most impactful Superman stories ever, Superman All-Star, was written by somebody who was dealing with the passing of their father. Now, Gunn is in charge of a movie where he's writing about this guy who's losing his father, most likely. I don't expect Pocket to live. That sounds really gross, but it's typical it's like Uncle Ben. You don't expect him to be there. But I think that's really important to the way that the character is written. I think it will cause the relationship between Ma Kent, Pa Kent, and Clark to be super fucking important. And I expect there to be a lot of emotional tugging. I expect my heart to explode out of my chest. Superman is all of that family stuff. Another big part of the character is being a literal god. Infinite strength, infinite speed, all this, like, incredible resiliency, all these powers. But he's just a guy. You know, he's just a human.
Like, he's the opposite of a human. And that's, like, one of my favorite things about his relationship with Lex Luthor is, like, the god that is a human versus the human who views himself as a godly being. I am better than you because I'm human. I am not better than you because I'm human. And it's so fucking good. Oh, I love it. In the trailer, there's a part where Lex refers to Superman as it, and I think that's gross in a good way. It adds to the Superman's a political allegory. He always has been. We'll get into that. It's really gross. It's really, like, offensive. It causes, like, a guttural reaction. It's really objectifying. It's really good. I love that shit. But Superman, as much as he is a god, he's just a dude. He's just a guy. He's just a dude. He grew up on a farm. He went to a little school. He fucking brushes his teeth every morning. He puts his boots on one leg at a time. Like he womp, womp. Like, he's just a guy. He's a fucking clumsy prick. He's just a dude. That's also back to the Gunn fucking trailer. There's a scene of him and Jimmy just cracking up back and forth, and that's never in movies. It's in the comics all the time. Rarely it's been in animated stuff, but it's never in movies. I'm so excited to see Clark be a fucking goober. My Adventures with Superman has the best relationship, like, bromance between those two. Watch that fucking show. It's so good. But, like, Clark's a dude. That's, like, the best part of his character, is that where Batman is a human who can fight gods, Superman is a god that is just a human. He's just a guy. He has regular emotions. He gets angry. He gets sad. He gets excited. He fucking... Like, the guy gets sick. It's weird. It's rare, but, like, he gets sick. Typically it's, like, a kryptonite thing or whatever, but, like, he's just a dude. And I love that. I love so much that about him. And it feels like that is a big part of this movie. For example, Clark getting his ass kicked or whatever, we see him lying in the snow, bloody and whatnot. That's good. Humanize him. Show us that he isn't God. Like, that's the good shit. The good shit. We'll talk about that in the controversy area, because for some reason that upsets people. And then the third thing that I will talk about specifically that is, like, a super big part of the Superman character is his, like, inner conflict. Because he's not perfect. He's the closest thing you could get. He's the strongest. He's the fastest. And people don't talk about this because he's around, like, Batman and Martian Manhunter and shit. Superman's smart. Like, he's around them, so typically in stuff they make him dumb. He's so fucking smart. He's a super genius. He knows all this shit about technology. He knows all this shit about, like, he does math in his head. Like, he knows, like, this is X amount of pounds or X amount of kilos or whatever. If I throw it at this strength, I can get it to go. Like, he's a fucking super genius. Like, he's not just big muscles. He's big brain. And fuck, it's awesome. I love it. But, like, the guy has inner conflict. He's, like, infinitely smart, infinitely strong, infinitely resilient, but he can't fix everything. He can't be everywhere at once. He can't save everybody. That's a thing that eats him up inside. Like, the relationship between him and Lois is a thing that is, like, super important to both characters, and I don't think Superman should ever be with anybody else. So, like, their relationship shouldn't be butting heads all the time, but there should be, like, it's a real relationship. They're not, like, perfect prince and princess. They have, like, issues. They have to get over stuff. Like, when she learns that he's Superman, it's not like, oh, cool. It's like, I'm fucking sorry. Like, there's stuff there. There's, like, a bunch of things to go over. It's like, okay, so you've been with me for however long, and you haven't told me that? That's, like, a thing. That's realistic conversation. Or, like, if she finds out without him telling, it's like, okay,
that shows how fucking tremendous of an analytical mind she has, because she's also a fucking genius and a great reporter and stuff. But like, that's a conflict between her and Clark. Like, there's a lot of fucking conflict there, and then he has inner conflict about that. Should I tell the people in my life? Who can I tell? Can I trust them? There's like stuff there. Like, every superhero has that, but like with him, it's not the same as like Spider-Man. Because, like, when Peter figures that out, right, it's like, cool, I trust this person, I can tell them. If a bad thing happens, that's typically on him. People don't usually figure that shit out. Because, and, like, he has a mask and stuff. Clark just takes off the glasses. He just puts on a suit. He changes his posture. He changes his vocalization. Like, there's a million things he changes, whereas Peter just puts on a suit and goes. Clark has to actually put on a persona. Whereas Peter typically just becomes more jokey and stays around the same person. Clark and Superman are not the same person. Clark is a clumsy reporter. He's a doofus. He is comedic. He's loving. Superman is like perfect symbol of justice and all that is good. And the real life Clark, or Kal-El, is somewhere in that middle area. Because he's both. He's a campy Boy Scout. He's a nerd. He cares about people. He's clumsy. However, he is a symbol of good. He is a symbol of justice. He does give a shit. And he is strong. And that causes a fucking conflict when you have to be two different people for two different sides of your life. There's stuff going on there. And it's really interesting. And people don't fucking do it. However, in the Gunn trailer, there's a lot of stuff that points to that being a thing. So those are like my big things that I think matter about the character. Bonk. Let's get into stuff about the trailer that I want to point out, and then we'll get into the controversies and the debate and the what the fuck, Twitter and Reddit and all that stupid shit. Fuck all that, by the way. Tribalism is dumb. One moment, I need a drink. So, part one of the trailer stuff I want to talk about is Superman getting his ass kicked. I don't think he needs to get ragdolled or anything. However, a movie of a guy just getting bam, no response, bam, no response, bam, no response, bam, no response is not cool. It's boring. And then seeing him just like walk through every enemy, just bonk, 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 bonk. It's boring. It's not entertaining. Seeing him be beaten by other space beings or constructs or fucking ship kryptonite or big machines by Lex Luthor or whatever. It's like that shit, you know, it's intriguing. It's what's cool about the character. He is invulnerable. Bullets won't hurt him. Great. How do you make that intriguing? Well, okay, kryptonite bullet, boom, hurts. Neat, overdone, overplayed a little. Maybe don't do that immediately. What you could do instead is have the firing squad shooting at him, right? Cool. He has to take it all. If he moves, they're going to shoot each other. Or there's a crowd behind him. He has to get shot, or they will get shot. You build stuff around it. Oh, okay, these robots physically can't hurt him. How do we make that intriguing? I have an idea. How? Kryptonite. Cool. Move past kryptonite. Fuck kryptonite for a bit. Make the robot damage the city with Clark. Or, if you want to go a little bit past the idea of hurt other things around him, you can make it where it's strong enough to send him fucking flying. Because then you don't have to kill him, you just have to move him. And then you can save time. Oh, 1 billion robots, each one's last 2 minutes. Cool, that's a long ass time. Let them all beat the fuck out of him for a bit. I'm gonna go figure out how to fucking kill that guy. There's like 1 million things you could do. You can have him go through issues with like the police or whatever. Like you don't need him to be perfect. And also him getting his ass beat is not demasculating. It's just not. Period. Another thing about the trailer I really like is the like interview between him and Lois. I think it's really intriguing. I think it's really interesting. I think there's a lot of stuff to be said about both characters throughout it. According to James Gunn, that scene is way longer than what we've seen. Haha, scene. But like,
That's intriguing. That's good character work. That's entertaining. I think it's super cool. I like that she's like not going easy on him. She's like fucking swinging for the fences on him, and I like that. I think that's really intriguing and a good show of their relationship. I also like the strain that sort of puts on their relationship. Hopefully not too much of a strain. I have to burp. One moment. There we go. I had to burp and also move the cat food for the cats. But like, you know, that's really intriguing character-wise. It's not intriguing on like a battle sense or anything, but it's really fucking cool. Like, Spider-Man isn't, like, just watching a movie of him swinging around and punching people is cool. Not awesome, though. Seeing the drama of Peter Parker is the great part. Batman, him, like, fighting random thugs for an hour is neat, but it's the detective stuff that's fun. It's the Bruce Wayne stuff that's fun. It's this 2 acts thing. It's stuff with Alfred. It's stuff with Dick or Tim or Jason or whatever. You know, like, there's shit there that's fun that isn't punching people. And I think the best parts of most superheroes are the in-between. It's not the fight. It's the stuff that leads to it. It's the stuff after it. With Superman, that is so fucking true. Like, the stuff with Ma and Pa, the stuff with Lois, the stuff with, like, conversations with Lex is really fucking cool. There's a million things about that character that are awesome. Fighting typically isn't it. So I like that. I like. The stuff we learned, like, a while ago, like the kid raising the flag and stuff, I think that's awesome. I think politics and superheroes are a big deal. And with Superman, it's a super big deal because since the beginning, he's been an allegory for Jewish people. Like, when he was made, that was his thing. He was an allegory for a Jew. And then he was the champion of the oppressed and shit. Like, that was his thing. And now there's an idea that he's like a perfect white dude with blonde hair and blue eyes and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, no, he's Jewish. He's an alien. That's the whole point. It's like, oh, he's a big, strong, masculine man. Actually, he's a really soft, caring person who doesn't like violence at all. Oh, well, you know, he's got the perfect hair and the muscles and everything. And it's like, yes, but, like, there's different versions of him where he doesn't and shit. It's like, that's not the character. And a lot like Captain America, the fact that he is not, like, that perfect masculine thing is the character. That's why he's interesting. Captain America looks like he's a white dude with blonde hair and blue eyes. Awesome. The whole point is he looks like that and fights Nazis. That's the point. Superman is a big masculine dude who looks like he could kill you. He doesn't kill. He's a good guy. He's soft and caring and passionate, and he doesn't like violence. That's the point. Also, he's Jewish. And gay sometimes. God. Well, you know what? We'll just dive into the political stuff here, because I feel like talking about it. Superman is a political character. He's based on a Jew. He's literally an immigrant. He was raised here in America completely his entire life, for the most part. Typically, you'll see stories that are like that. Sometimes they're not. Like the fucking absolute Superman isn't. But, like, that's different. But, like, he's just a political character, period. He cares about refugees. He attacks landlords. He gets pissed off at billionaires. Like, that's his thing. And then, like, he's a good boy. Like, pet Clark. Give him the head pats. He's a good boy. But, like, he's political. He's been gay. He has gay friends. His kid is maybe gay. It goes back and forth. It depends. Different stories, different writers, blah, 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 whatever. But, like, there's a lot of politics in that character. And in this, like, the trailers and stuff, it's like being called an it. Super big allegory for, like, trans people and non-binary people and whatnot. Gender fluidity, all that. Super big allegory for that. Which James is a fan of. If you know what James Gunn is, you know that he fucks with gay people. Alright, just let the guy live. Superman being associated with, like, white power and stuff is really fucking stupid. He is not a human. He quite literally can't be, like, he's not human. And then throw on top of that, like, he's got black friends, green friends, red friends, all that shit. He doesn't care. Why the fuck would he care? I hate people. But, like, he's a political character. And I feel like, more so than any other version of the character, that will be brought up a lot here. Because there's the stuff with Lex calling him an it. There is the conversations of him being an alien. That's always a big deal. Like him lifting the flag and Superman showing up and stopping a war, him going against the United States and the government's ideas, that being a big rift between him and the government, him and Lois, like all sorts of shit. It's really interesting, and it's a great part of the fucking character. Now it's time to get into the controversies. I keep saying that wrong. Controversies. And the debates, and the fucking, god damn it, the internet, why does it fucking exist? So, there are people who despise this movie, and the movie isn't out. There are people who saw the logo on Clark's chest, and said that they would not watch the movie. There are people who saw the actor, realized he had curly hair, and then said they weren't watching the movie. People saw James Gunn was directing, and they said they weren't watching the fucking movie. Tribalism is stupid. Now let's get into the rest of the controversial bullshit. So, Snyder fans are so angry. They want this movie to not exist. They want everyone in it to fucking die. There are, like, death threats being sent to people for being in the movie. There are death threats being sent to people for writing the movie. There are death threats being sent to people who simply say that they want to watch the movie before they judge it. And then, I'm not saying that the Snyder fans are the only issue. There are fans of the movie who are talking wild shit about the Snyder films. And I'm not talking, like, critical thinking or, like, being like, oh, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. It's just, yeah, fuck Henry Cavill. Yeah, fuck Gal Gadot. I don't like her, but still. And, like, just, man, fuck Ben Affleck. Fuck Zack Snyder. I hope all of his movies bomb. Make no money. And it's like, why are you people like this? There's nothing to gain from being an asshole to random people. There's nothing to gain from that. There's nothing to gain from being an asshole, a disruptive piece of shit, and often just a bad person towards people for being in a movie or wanting to watch a movie or enjoying another movie. It's like there's no gain there. You're being a piece of shit for no reason. There's no, like, you don't get anything from doing that. You're doing it for the hate of the fucking game. You're a piece of shit and nobody likes you. Tribalism is stupid. Tribalism is stupid. Tribalism is stupid. Tribalism is stupid. Other controversial stuff, Clark takes damage, therefore he's a pussy, and he's demasculated, and he's a bad character. Zack Snyder's Superman got his ass beat and died. He got his ass beat by a dude. Just a random dude in a bat suit. He's demasculated, he's a bad character, he's a pussy, he should die. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. He's laying in the snow and a dog drags him. The dog dragged him? Man. L movie. It's like, shut the fuck up. Blow your brains out. Shotgun time. I don't actually mean that. I don't think anybody should do that. But, like, fuck you. That's so stupid. And then, like, him getting angry at, like, the thing in the trailer where it's like, people were dying or whatever. Like, that, somehow that makes him a bad person and makes it a bad acting experience and a bad Superman. And it shows that he doesn't care about Lois. And none of that makes any fucking sense. And then there's people comparing it, like, that scene to Superman being like, I don't care. Or whatever. And it's like, it's not the same fucking character. It's a different universe. It's a different actor. It's a different, like, I don't care. And people do it for everything. It's not just this. It's like, people do that about Spider-Man. They do that about fucking, like, Doctor Doom being a thing. They're already comparing, like, random concept stuff of that Doctor Doom to the one from, like, 2002 and saying that one was better, even though that one was doo-doo ass. The same shit happens with, like, everything. Tribalism is stupid. I don't know. I get upset maybe. And there's 1,000 other things that people are upset about with fucking the James Gunn Superman. There's 1,000 things people are upset about with Zack Snyder's movies. And I just fucking hate it. It's so stupid. Just watch the movie. Watch it. If you like it, tell people you like it. If you don't like it, give a genuine reason why you don't like it. Don't just go, he's got curly hair, so I don't want to watch the movie. It's like, shut the fuck up. Superman has a curl in his hair. That's his thing. So fuck you. Or I like this film. That other one was dog shit. Why was that one dog shit? Because I said so. It's like, shut the fuck up. Give me a good reason why it sucks, or don't fucking say it sucks. Like, I don't like the Snyder movies, because I think the writing is bad. I think the direction is bad. But I don't go talking shit about people for watching that movie. I don't say, you shouldn't watch that film, you shouldn't give money to that director. Shut the fuck up. You're stupid. Like, I hate tribalism. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I'm excited for this movie. I probably won't get to watch it in theaters. However, I'm excited for the movie, my friend. My friend, I am excited for the movie. I want to watch. However, if it's bad, my review of the film will reflect the fact that I don't think the movie is that good. If it's great, I would make a video and talk about how good movie. It's like there's stuff there, my friend. My friend, there'll be things. So that'll be all that, laddie. I'm going to call my boyfriend and try to not be angry at the internet for a little bit. I love you guys. Stay safe and all that. I love you guys. Give me your thoughts on all that, I guess. Mostly on the James Gunn stuff, though. Love you. Bye-bye.